Good morning, traders, and welcome to the Bookmap live trading webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap, and we'll get started here with Joseph, JTrader. It's live stock trading. We're taking the trading element out of it. We're finding that the live forward-looking analysis is better. JTrader will talk about the way that he trades, his setups in detail, and exactly what he's looking at in the live market and where he would consider getting in and out. We find that this is way more engaging than actually taking a live trade, because everyone just looks at the live trade and then they don't learn anything. So anyway, just a note on that. Let's move on. Let's go through the risk disclosures, and then JTrader will be in a little bit. He always comes in a little bit later, and he's dealing with his room at the moment. He does offer mentorship. So general disclosure, all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. The risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's jump in. Let's take a look at the live market here and see what's going on before JTrader, and it will be good. We'll go through the stock index or indexes. You guys can we'll get a big overview here before looking at individual stocks within the stock index. All right, so let's jump in here, and what do we see? Let me clear things here right now. It's been really choppy in some of these markets here. Look at the sellers coming in now. They're really coming in hard. So yeah, we just went below the swing here. I'm looking for these sellers to hit this 4150 though. Here's why. This is powerful sell volume right here. All right, so we're getting a pullback right now. That's understandable because of the swing and this choppy environment. All right, but this is strong volume here. So we can look for a pullback, and it's already done it to this area or even this area here, and then looking for next leg lower. Okay, so leg one, now we're looking for leg two into 4150. All right, now that's just based on what we're looking at in the order flow here, and we know, as we cover in our education and what Bookmap is showing here, that powerful strong volume like this, typically, well, almost every time, this is what moves the market away from a previous value area. So in this case, we're looking at a bigger picture value area here. Okay, but in the smaller picture, in this strong move here, is played out really nicely. So let me explain. It's this value area here, this consolidation. It broke it on strong volume. So here's our pullback to retest where it broke from. In fact, there's another one right in here. Okay, that's probably a little bit, even better. Now we're looking for sellers to come in again and support it and hit down into 52 and then potentially 50 here. All right, so yeah, that's what we see so far right now in the current market, and this is based off of what we look at all the time. All right, so just understanding these powerful moves away from a value area, and how you can get into a trending market. All right, it takes this kind of volume here, and we're seeing it unfold. So here we go. Now this is where we need to see more sellers, right? This is where you get your your volume profiles down here. I don't know why we're jumping in talking about profiles, but anyway, looking for a weak bottom here. We can already see it here. So we're looking for sellers here to break it and then explore this and have a tapered edge here in the profile. Okay, and trade into the buyers down here. The buyers are waiting down here, and we know that. Here's the heat map. All right, so that's what we're looking for. All right, and that's our read right now in the order flow. That's the scenario. We got to go through the opposite scenario as well. on what that might look like. Let's suppose we get down here and get maybe some of that selling volume, but we get massive buying coming in on the other side. It's starting to pick up a little bit here, but we'd be looking for massive buy volume up here around 57 to try to reach back into this previous area here. Okay, so anyway, different scenarios, and then we look for the clarity in that scenario in the order flow. Why? Because this is the behavior of the traders in the order flow. When we understand the behavior of the traders, it is more likely to unfold. So what's the behavior right now? Well, it's kind of odd and mixed here. Okay, strong selling, it's still dominating the move, but look at the buyers still fighting it here. Okay, well, let's see if they can get upended here around this 55 area, and we see strong selling. Okay, right here, I'd actually be looking for it because here's some exhaustion right there. No buying. I'm looking for sellers down here now. Yeah, so we didn't get those sellers, did we? So we're back up here, and now we're getting buyers. We can look at and even I'm going to just jump in here, guys. I'm going through it pretty quickly, but even this little zone in here, look for strong selling down here, and look for them to test down here to 55.5, bottom of this range, or 55. Okay, and we're still not getting them yet. Okay, even another one right here. So here comes some sellers. Okay. All right, lack of buying here, selling again here at 56.5, and let's see the drop into 55. You know, that would be the scenario here. And buyers still fighting it here. Buyers still fighting it. See, this is the back and forth in here. So this in here, the behavior of the traders in here, boy, we might get it here. We might. Let's see it. Now, this means that this would be a stop run here because all of these buyers in here are going to get stopped out on the move lower here. We would anticipate that in our stops and icebergs in here, our stops. Okay, so we got it. We got it. Not much of a stop run, but we got some. Okay, not as good as this one over here. All right, well, there it is. It took some a fight in here on the buy side, but we can see that we came back down to that 55 level here. Okay, so now let's see if we get continuation though. All right, we're right back to the top of the range here. Good morning, Jay. And over in Discord, anybody, everything okay? I know that, let's see, Let's Go wanted to take a look at crude oil. So let's jump in and take a quick look at crude because he requested that yesterday. I do have it up here. I have the March contract at least. I think that's the active one. Let's take a quick look in what we see in the order flow here. Boy, it's just as confusing, or let's just put it this way. They're all over the place. Look at the buyers here. Look at the buyers up in here. Look at the sellers below our pivot line. This is the pivot, and there's sellers below it. Okay, so now the question is, do we look for maybe a pullback to this kind of 78.10 area here, or we're looking for the sellers down on the bottom edge in here, and then a move into 75.50. And there's a lot of liquidity down at 70 or 77.50. So a lot of liquidity down there. So let's see. We get start with some exhaustion here on the buy side, and then selling pressure in here. Okay, so we're looking at this particular range in here, and we're looking for that selling pressure, and then we would look for higher potential for the drop into the liquidity down here. It's around 58 or 60, and then at 50 here. All right, so I don't know if you're still in here. Let's go. But oh yeah, there you are. So yeah, that's what I'd be looking for. That's scenario number one. Okay, because of the strong selling moving it here. Okay, scenario number two is we get buyers back up here around 95, and then just a retest back up into our kind of this 78.10 level here. Okay, so one or the other. Anyway, it again is, we've seen these really choppy markets the last few days, and it makes sense after that non-farm, which on Friday, really good job numbers. So, and that flew right into conflict with the interest rates in the FOMC the previous Wednesday. All right, so the market is trying to make sense of it. It's kind of what it feels like, and at least that tries to explain the order flow in here. The order flow is the order flow. This is what rules. This is what guides us here. It's understanding the order flow. So you can, the backstory, you can believe it or not, but we just know that there's buyers and sellers all over the place in here, and it is confusing at the moment. Okay, but we'll go through our scenarios anyway, and we're looking actually for people that got it wrong in here and going to get it stopped out on the other side, and then maybe buyers, try to ram it right back into the middle of the range and other side of the range as well. That's very, very typical in this kind of environment. You don't get those trending moves. You'll get buyers defending it if it goes lower, and typically you won't get those kind of trends, typically. Unless something, something you see that alignment in here. That's one of the reasons we've been looking at the correlation or the correlated markets in the with this market pulse tool. Okay, Joseph is running late. All right, let's see if I'm real curious. I want to see this like a break here on this crude and test down here. It looks pretty good. Sellers are starting to mount their pressure here. Okay, so let's see it. Now this would probably is an opposite correlation in here. If we see crude dropping, we should see the ES going up, and we are. Okay. Oh God, I can't stand it when we miss these moves. All right, so that's just we'll have to put up with it. We missed something because we're looking at another market. But yeah, due to that correlation, I am looking for this to drop though in crude. Joseph, oh, he was in there for a brief moment. Yeah, let's see it. Let's go. Looking pretty good. Should be a pretty quick drop too, I imagine. Trying to look at these correlated markets, there's pressure building up here, and it'll probably drop pretty quickly, is what I'm imagining. Right, for those these, again, like we'll cover more on the correlations, I think, in more advanced education. But we can even anticipate some of these moves. Interest rates always moves the market. Absolutely, cats. Absolutely, no question in my mind. We get these other correlated markets in here, like some of the natural resources and commodities are a real big part of the picture as well. But because of this has not moved in relationship to the other markets, we're looking for it to kind of quickly catch up, right? So we look for a quicker move here, if that makes sense. Okay, and you'll see that finally it breaks and catches up with the correlation here with the S&P. All right, so if the S&P is going to break out here, this is where we really should get the drop, and there goes the S&P, right? So we should get the drop in crude.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Joseph. How are you?
Good, buddy. We're long on Tesla and we're holding Tesla over here. We had two main setups this morning, so we're following along the way Tesla and yes.
Excellent.
We can look at the price action on this when you're ready.
Yeah, let me I see your stream. Let me pop it out and put it over here. We are ready to go. Take it away, Joseph.
All right. Good morning, traders. I'm gonna go right away into the Tesla. This morning we had a plan, so I'm sharing what was the plan, what was the sense of Tesla today. So first of all, we're looking, as you can see over here, around 9:30, the pop in feels short. And we stepped in over here into this 196. We were looking for this unwind. At the same time, I was looking for a possible reverse FFT, which is essentially a reversal pattern. So you can see here, Tesla, we breached below the 195 V pattern. So if you watch the last webinars, the previous webinars that I made with Bruce, you know what is my V pattern over here. So you can see this breakdown. Right away, curl back up, reclaim of the 195, retest the 195. And now we're having a major trendline break. Okay, so this trendline break with the V pattern is essentially happening over here at this low. Then you see a higher low over here in this bar. And you can see traders that we start forming over here, 935, a curl, okay? A curl that breaks over here, the VWAP 196. So exactly at this point, and we start having a reversal. Okay, I will put over here another color. This is the main A plus setup. Okay, so dip, bear trap over here, bounce back up, looking for a push to the upside. And then I was calling this morning the 202 target. For example, we can see over here, this is one of my students. So longing over here, holding all the way up, adding over here for that 200 plus move. And this is a perfect pattern over here because essentially we have the dip buy, so with very tight risk over here, long the first one and then stop it, then long over here, and then multiple R, adding and selling more. Like this, we had many major patterns in the previous weeks where we open, it fakes over here breakdown. We are watching at the main level over here this morning, this 195. It's a weekly POC, so point of control on the volume profile. We had a major liquidity over here breakdown on Bookmap, reclaim, trendline break, and then push it back up. You see also pivots, how they're working. Now touch this 202 and 80. This 202.80, 203. Okay, so we're forming still higher lows. And target for me today will be 205. Okay, so pattern over here on Tesla for the long side traders. Let's continue to follow this on a 1-minute chart. So we can see here We form higher lows, major pullback to the pivot, another push, came to the pivot. And over here we see Bookmap forming all higher lows. So nice uptrend, strong. I have a target 205 for the day. Let's see if we can get this. This morning, personally, I took the short here. I will share this after in Bookmap room. I traded short, cover down here. Then I look at some small caps and I was trading yes. So I took the long and yes, missed over here this one, this long. I joined over here long at this 200.20, sold partial up here. Now I'm simply waiting to see this 201 and 30 as trailing or 205. In the meantime, we're watching EVAX, SQL, TCAT, SOUN, MSMGM, SCLX, CLZ. These are all the small caps that we're trading right now in this moment. So small dip over here, you can see below this previous support. This is the breakdown of the relative low. Often what we have, trader, we have this breakdown, then they reclaim it, okay? So before trailing everything, I want to see over here that will stay below this 201 and 30, because otherwise I'm still holding over here. I'm looking for a possible more upside over here, okay? We'll share this also in Bookmap. So you can see again over here attacking 201 and 30. So again over here, what we have today is major long setup, bear trap that we cover many times. On Bookmap, we have the V pattern reversal. There's a very strong move over here, okay? Plus with a confluence of ES and Q. Yeah, this is tough. Rejection.
Yeah.
Again, above 202. So Tesla still has over here steam to push. We're making over here a bull flag. Added over here just now into the position Tesla long at the 202 and 29. Now the average over here came down to the 201 and 30. So the average that I have is this here, and this is going to be my trailing. Careful over here because ES is rejecting the 4158. So I'm looking the structure of ES together with the structure on Tesla. Okay. So we have a bearish ES in this moment. So at the open level, just going from green to red. But at the same time, we have a strong day, strong momentum on Tesla, which is still holding over here the 90 MA. For example, on a 5-minute chart, you can use that as a guide. And we're still looking to take this long, recycling shares for a major move. Okay. Of course, risk management is the most important thing. So if we're going to have the breakdown of 201 and 30, we're going to get out this remaining part in the money break even. We're going to cover after other setups we took, like QBT. This from two members over here, where essentially we got a short. Tesla over here, out of the remaining, you can see this, again, the use of the trend line on Tesla and filling over here. Go back to the 201 support. You can see big wash, and that's how you actually have to trail, and that's why important to trail. Know exactly what is going to be your risk management, the level that you're going to get out from the trade. So I'm starting to look traders in the meantime, KPRX. So we're going to put up Bookmap. This is a stock that we traded a couple of days ago. So yesterday, exactly. Very low volume push over here. So very low volume push, 5,100K. Yeah. I'm moving to 515.
Yeah.
Not interesting. I'm not interested in such low liquidity. So I'm just waiting over here. This is the perfect short pattern.
Joseph, can you go over that pattern maybe in the order flow?
Of course. So what the market is giving us, as we could see over here this morning on Tesla, is bull traps and bear traps. On Tesla, we had a major bear trap at the gate. So that means sell stop. So money, smart money at this gray zone over here triggers a breakdown in order to stop out the remaining longs that we have. And then over here, they start reclaiming high volume, they start pushing back up. Now, the reason to enter long is because all longs are trapped right now. Shorts are in. And when we see that they're triggering above the VWAP, breakout over here, short getting squeezed, and we have a major squeeze to upsize, uptrend, high volume. And eventually this went to the 203 over here. Even I was waiting at 205. On the QBT, we had essentially a nice bookmap over here, twice breakout of the 250. As you see over here, I have my fibs level traced. So I'm looking at those levels, 38%, 50%, trace from relative high to relative low. And over here this morning, we had the push around 250. You can see bookmap trigger over here, the breakout 250, right away fail. Hold over here, so we have absorption around 240. And then again, the way I use the trend lines, you can see over here fading from the 250 again, which is this point over here. Starts to make lower highs, lower lows, volume decreasing. So we have really longs over here stepping out and unwinding. All right, let's look over here. Tesla, we can have another potential long traders. So I'm watching over here now, this 20230 or 200 over here for a potential long. Again, this is my trading, so what I'm doing based on a good green day. Don't follow over here. I explain these setups in the room on Bookmap. This is my trading. So what I'm looking over here is a bounce play, ideally to the 201 and 30 with a precise risk management and precise size. So this morning we load over here short, and then we load over here long. Right now, this is a smaller position trade because we don't want to give back in case this is going to be a red trade. All we made this morning because it's already 10:30 over here. Okay, so let's see over here for a push. And you can see we have still sellers jumping in, right? Came to the 2040, 240. What I'm looking are my trend lines. So the use that I do it then with Bookmap. So it came to this 200.40, came down over here, engulfing pattern over here, these two bars. You can see this is an engulfing.
And Joseph,
We need to break.
can you go over?
Tell me, Bruce.
I'm sorry to interrupt you because you're doing the live analysis here, but maybe after go through that engulfing and what it means in the order flow.
Yes, of course. So you can have these traders even if you look on, all of your brokers or actually your platforms have this. So you can go select patterns and put over here engulfing, and you will see what engulfing is. But essentially, we have a push. So we can have over here, the second bar versus this bar is a bigger bar. Okay, so this is a smaller bar, bigger bar, and it's a reversal. It's a reversal, so this is a bearish engulfing. And now what's happening over here? A bullish engulfing. Okay? So bullish engulfing over here. And now we're having this break of final 200.50. So to see what I was doing, I said, my traders, I'm longing 200.25, risking 199.80. So we're taking this trade over here. And I'm looking for the first target now, 201.29, and putting myself risk break even. So I want to see now my trend line holding. So when you have Bookmap, trace your trend lines while you are in a trade, okay? Will be very helpful. We have also a nice bounce over here from ES from the 41.45. Over here got long over here, 41.46 is a reversal pattern. So first trend break over here on Tesla. So careful. I have my stop protective set to the break even. We're trying to hold the 201. You can see it start forming over here higher lows. So 201 and 20 over here is the main catalyst. We need to see a break of this level. And we're going to have now a protected stop for 50% of our position in the money at 200.60. So I'm looking for this area over here. So we have or a breakout coming 201 and 20. First target will be 202. Or a breakdown coming of 200.70. And personally, I'm going to trail parts of the position over here. Yes, it's still moving up. So this should push above 201.20. It topped to the 200.20. And you can see the rejection. So over here, it stopped right. Let's see if they're going to hold it. You can see they're still holding this micro range over here. Again, it's retesting the support multiple times. So very tight, narrow consolidation. Careful when you see traders, these bull flags, because sometimes they can stop over here to the resistance. Right away, they can wash. So I'm not really looking over here to add on the breakout because often we can get stuff and then reverse to the downside. Okay. So I'm always looking for what can happen against my position, against my trade. We're holding over here long. Okay. Quello è bello. Sì. See how traders is exactly what we are saying. Don't enter on the bull flag because they can do exactly this and then they can send it down. Okay, so this is a stop over here scenario. So we're breaking this high of 201 and 20s. So what do we have over here? They collecting, the smart money is collecting the buyers over here, the longs. And right away over here is dumping. Just what I said a few minutes ago. So we had over here a flag. Reason why explained. To avoid long is for the possible bull trap stop pattern. Okay, this is advanced trading. So reading price section like this requires a lot of time, a lot of skills. And I knew this was a possible scenario over here. And that's the reason why I said 200.70. I'm going to trail over here half of my profit and then the rest in the money. And this is exactly how you have to manage this such scenario. Okay, you can see on Bookmap we had over here the levels. So once we see this break of the line, you can see this line, then we start breaking down instead of the low, retesting the low, now it became a resistance, and then going down. And this is exactly what we are saying. Okay, so no 2020, but instead of here explaining this before this was happening.
Yep. Joseph, could you, that's a 1 minute on the left that you have, right? 1 minute chart.
Yes, this is a 1 minute
So
chart. Yeah.
can you overlay that on Bookmap as well, a 1 minute chart?
Yes.
Yeah, just to the right there's the candlestick. You'll see it more to the right. The almost next one. No. Zoom out, and then the next tool after that to the right. Yeah, click on that, and then select candlesticks. Yeah,
Ah, okay. I
and then
didn't get what you wanted. Okay,
yeah.
candlesticks.
So what I'm trying to do is like match up the order flow within the candle there, because you'll see precisely what the stuff looks like in the candle and match that to the volume and the liquidity areas as well.
Essentially, traders is this. So you see that we have a bull candle, but a reject instantly. And it goes back below this line. That's a line where we have today bull traders buying the breakout. But if you don't know the strategy and how to trade the market, which I teach, and I'm very good doing this, you cannot read the price action like this. While others over here buy, I'm setting over here my trailing because I know this can be a fake breakout and a bull trap. They will trap a lot of long traders. The point is, bull trap trader here getting stop out, I'm getting out with a profit. That's the main difference of reading order flow together with the price action. The good point over here is we're still holding this main support. 200 is a pretty important level. It's a main catalyst, as I call it. So I'm still not looking for a short to reverse the position. I'm still looking over here for possible dip buys.
Yeah, and then you can see like down at 200, look at the liquidity down there, and
Yep,
it just filled. And
exactly.
and
Just look over here, traders, what Bruce is saying, this 200 over here, this area, right? You can see over here, and then push back up, 201 and 20, and then back over here. And you can see now we have another support over here, right? It doesn't seem a big support, but every single time that over here we get hit 200, what happens? We start having dip buyers stepping in. Okay, so this is confluence over here of signals, 200, whole rounded number, important catalyst area. We have also over here heat map, so buyers over here stack liquidity. We have over here also the previous support. You can see this area over here. So we have a demand zone, right? Yes, it's curling. So for now, we're still inclined over here to go long, Bruce. And the trend is still up, it's still bullish. So there's no point over here in looking for a short. When Tesla, and this is a tip that I gave to the students I mentor, when Tesla or some big cap is having this kind of volume today, high relative strength against the index, you can look at ES and Q, Russell, YM, whatever you prefer, a SPY. Don't trade against the ticker. If the ticker over here is extending, making higher lows or highs, you can look in a 5 minute chart, 15-minute chart. Don't simply counter trend because you will get really ran over. And this morning, I'm going to repeat over here, our strategy gave us long 195 and 50 till this 200 and 202. Then I rebought over here 200.20s, sold over here into 202 and 50s, rebought over here on this dip, came up, chill at 70, at 50, and then now waiting over here. All of this shared with timestamps and everything recorded in my room. So you can see all the chart, all the execution, what we did. Strategy and playing in stocks over here is having since the start of the year 78% win rate. Why? Because it's simply systematic. And what I do to trade it using my strategy together with Bookmap for the correct timing and analysis of the key levels areas where I have to trade. Now let's look, traders, at two other stocks that this morning were on our watch list. So we're going to put over here back CELZ. Plan this morning was one gap and extension play, or in case of dip, a possible bear trap and push. What we had over here, major short setup at the gate. This is Bookmap at the open, 9:30. You can see there was liquidity on this bar, right? So very high liquidity here. Major bull trap again over here on Bookmap. We can see major bull trap again. We can put also over here a candlestick so you can see this. And I'm going to put over here 1 minute bars. Let's go 9:30. There we are. 9:30 over here. You can see we push twice, right? But I cannot really push above this 140. 150, we have already the stack resistance. Then we have this point of control over here. You can see volume profile around 130. We filled that, and it continues to unwind. All right. So target, target. Now we're looking for more unwind this. Anything over here?
No.
As of now, breaking that 199 to the downside. And yes, also unwinding with that. If we have something else. I'm going to put up traders CVNA. This morning we had a halt on this. So let's cancel some stuff here. I didn't trade this CVNA. I'm looking over here at this main pullback to the $15 from 16.80. So pretty high liquidity on that push. And then you can see once it's stopped over here, you can see major move from 1250 until 1680, came down $15 over here, holding this micro support. So let's watch over here the liquidity. What I'm looking at, trader, is for a possible fake breakdown and long over here, okay?
Yeah.
Tanto valor.
Sí.
It's testing over here the 1490. So you can see, traders, that we have some support over here, 1480, pardon, 1480. The point is not buying into a falling knife, but buying once we have a support holding. Still scalping over here, partial traders on ES, but we're talking about stocks, so I'm not going to cover this. 1480, you can see the test over here of the support 1480, and now you can see breakdown. Some liquidity stacked above 1480 and then failed to hold. So let's watch over here this price action. Okay. We are at the 50% fib area. Okay, interesting support area. Let's see. All right. Tesla over here bouncing up again. So above the 200 Tesla over here. Or 1480. So I'm going to go back over here, traders on Tesla. You can see my levels over here, how they're holding. We had over here 199, back over here to the 198. So support. Again, we can trace our fibs from this high to the low. Reclaim over here the level of 200. Let's look for this trend line break. Trend line break over here. We have a new mover right now in a small cap plan, RGTI. Again, very low liquidity, 200K move. These are often pump and dumps. We see some nice resistance around 156. Bookmap over here, set at 140. Very slow for now. Not that interested. Getting back over here to Tesla, main one of the day. Mhm. Guarda. Mhm. Okay, traders, another washout over here. So you can see how they break, they retest the support, they push back up. Zooming in over here, see the support, 190, dipped, bounced back up, and now we need to see the breakout of this trend line. Okay, look the trend line that I have set over there on my chart. Okay, and this is the trend line that we have over here on Tesla. There's a high chance that we're going to break and push all the way up. So watching for this. The reason why I'm saying this is because it's holding over here very good, the support, the 61% fib, and it's holding very good over here after this major bear trap. So this breakdown of the 199.50, 200, and then reclaim. Okay, so before seeing a big move, I often see these breakdowns. So breakout confirm of the trend line. We should see a push over here back to the 202 area. Two zero one and 30, high volume breakout. You can see the trend on how it works, right?
Beautiful move, Joseph.
Yeah. Now we need to see just what we like, Bruce. Higher lows over here. So we are explaining right now the price section on stocks and the order flow with Bookmap in order to read better, in order to read the chart better. So the focus of this morning is on bullish patterns on Tesla. Now, when we have a breakout like this, and then we have a dip, this dip is actually where I want to take my long scenario, okay? We're testing over here the support. We're testing over here 200.50. So we're looking for another over here, hold of this 200.50, another rise over here, next target 202, okay? So you can see over here, came down, lower highs, lower lows. So we have this price action over here. So bearish pullback. And then over here, we have the last lower high, right? But then first higher low. And then we're forming over here a higher high. So at this point, we have the shift over here between bearish and bullish. Now, if we're going to hold this 200.50 and we're going to start making higher lows again, this is actually can push to the 203.
Must be the new pickup truck they made.
Which pickup truck?
Tesla.
I believe, buddy, that, with this 200 area, this is a very important catalyst. We can really, if it consolidates, we can really move like higher, like 240 to 50. We start over here, the main shift. Look over here, down here. We start at this point over here, the main shift, around 125. And then each dip was holding. Each dip over here, every single dip. Every single dip.
Yeah, it's definitely bullish.
Yeah. So support over here, 200.50 still holding. Now wash again to the main support. So breakdown, getting to a previous low. So we didn't have over here a higher low on this. Same low. This is an important area. Again, 200 area. If you break down, target 199. Broke the 200, so now possible target 199. This area down here. Yeah, very high.
Joseph, sorry, we'll need to cut it. No, at 11:30 at the latest here today. I
Of
mean,
course,
that's
we
usually
can.
what we go to anyway. I just wanted to I'd have a hard stop at that time.
Okay,
Yeah.
of course. Support again, 61% fib. Again, I'm not looking too long over here, nothing. We're still bullish on this one. Main pivot, fib level, previous support. So we're still looking over here for a possible long. lower high, rejection over here as well. Yeah, we're gonna get that not 198. Going to test this 199. It's weak over here. I'm very good with this long and short. So we're gonna look, traders, in the meantime, at this together, looking at the order flow. So over here we have a chart where I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Okay, where we have an hourly chart where we see higher highs and higher lows. As we were saying before, Bruce, totally bullish. You can see the price action on this one that start forming higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So we have a sequence over here. So that is considered a bullish trend. Whenever I have my targets over here, right? So the system started to give us 125 long at this point, basically with the system, right? With the system telling me this is a place long and that's a stop for the swing. I look at the main levels using, first of all, the chart, but then finding confirmation with Bookmap. And all along these weeks over here, if you also follow me on socials or in the room, I was saying we're looking for the 200, we're looking for the 200, bullish chart, we're looking for those dips too long. This took over here more than 1 month, actually around 4 weeks, but we finally had this main target. Now, I'm not really looking for the swing over here to buy the 200 breakouts. I never buy breakout, but I'm going to buy dips. So I'm looking ideally for another a pullback, the 190. This is my personal trading. So based on my strategy, I know exactly what to do, when to cut, where to react. You can see over here all the way up how perfect this was. And every single time we had those dips over here, I was looking at the same price action over here using Bookmap. Same as we do for the day trading. A key factor this morning, as I said before, was the 195. So we analyzed before the dip, fake breakdown, beautiful reclaim with the V pattern. You know, I think I talk about over here. I spoke about the V pattern around like 50 times or more during the years. So you can see my level zone, a dip over here, reclaim the 195, which essentially is this major dip over here that you can see. So it's a break support reclaim and then push all the way up. So these are the A+ setup scenarios that make you really grow your account, because you enter, you have $1 risk and you stay in for $6-7. That's really how you can grow fast. So
Yeah.
requires some time. Tell me, Bruce.
No, I mean I mean, again and again, like over the years we've done these webinars with you, like you're very clean and clear on exactly what you're looking for, and you're patient and disciplined, and let it unfold, and then you get into the trade.
Exactly.
And it's what you're looking for, and then if it doesn't work, you cut it quickly and you look for the next one because you know you have an edge.
Exactly. Like this Bruce, for example, is a trader in my team. So he longed over here the 195s and 70s, and he stopped out over here for $1. But then he relonged over here in the 195 and 30s and 50s, and he started to sell for the 200 plus. So when something doesn't work, cut it. we enter long, and then take the major win. So that's fine, part of the process. And don't be stick, with your idea if things don't work. Cut and then re-add.
Yeah. Yeah, great stuff. So Joseph, I put your contact information into the chat in YouTube and Discord. So if anyone's interested in reaching out to Joseph for education and mentorship, you can and go through his process here.
Yes, traders. Also, I'm trying to bring over here what we're trading every single day. So we trade stocks, small caps and big caps, and also partial futures. But over here, we're talking about stocks. And it takes time to develop this price section and order flow read as we do. It really is consistent over the years. Bookmap is a very great tool. And to all the traders that I'm mentoring one-on-one, I really suggest this software because it can show you much more in depth the levels, if they're stacked with volume or none, and it gives you an edge. And we do this repetitively every single day. Every single day, we trade stocks in and out for day trading. Bruce, if you want, we can wrap it up over here, as I have also an appointment I have to head out for 1 hour. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think you demonstrated this really nicely and found some nice things here in the order flow, comparing them to the candles, and also just comparing and really understanding what's behind some of these candles, some of these stuff, some of these things. There it is in the order flow, which is that's where it really helps. I feel, and that's where it
Exactly.
helps me. But anyway, yeah, let's wrap it up. Thank you, Joseph. Anything else? Last word?
No, simply have a good trading, traders. This market is beautiful. Really, it's amazing. It will continue like this. The year really started good, 2023. Just respect your risk management. It's the most important thing, okay? Especially in a very high volatile market. Good luck. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Bookmap traders. See you next week and take care.